This week, Council welcomed a delegation from the Neepawa Community Ministries Centre to learn about their operations and grappled with a malfunctioning bulk water station. Neepawa Community Ministries Centre Director Amanda Nightingale came before Council to give a presentation on the history of the organization and the services that it offers the community. Operated by the Salvation Army, which has had a presence in the community since 1886, the organization runs a thriving thrift store that provides 85% of the operating funds for the rest of their operations. Those operations currently include a food bank, emergency assistance programs, Christmas hampers, connecting clients with other social services, and more. The organization is planning an expansion this year to help them better serve their clients, which will include increased space for the food bank, a community kitchen, and private areas for consultations and educational programs. Nightingale hopes that this expansion will begin this summer, but there are still several steps left in the process. The Neepawa Community Ministries Centre has applied to the town's community grant program for funds to help repair the roof of their facility.
Okay, and tonight we have Amanda Nightingale is going to be speaking to us on Salvation Army. So come on up, Amanda.
Thank you so much, Mayor Headley and Council, for making time on the agenda for me tonight. Especially thank you to Councillor Sisley for coming over to our operations and having a look around and inviting me to present on a little bit further details on what we really do here at the Salvation Army here in Neepawa, and give you kind of some context of our history and what we have been seeing as what we deal with on an everyday basis. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Amanda Nightingale. I'm the Community Ministries Director for the Salvation Army Neepawa Community Services. I've been in this position since 2012, and I've seen a lot. I've seen the impact and the importance of really what we do really exponentially grow in the last 13 years. Whoop. Sorry. Different computer. All right. So the Salvation Army has been around a long time in Neepawa, and really the first Salvationists arrived in about 1886 and developed a church, and really has had a presence here in Neepawa ever since. The Salvation Army had a church core that operated at the Citadel at 299 Davidson Street. That was this little building that had once burnt down and then had been rebuilt and had been added on and all the things until the core was shut down due to declining congregation in about 1994. However, the Salvation Army decided to continue operating in the community with the services some of the services that it had been doing. The thrift store remained, and so did the small food cupboard and the Christmas hamper program. So the needs for those services continued to grow throughout the years, and in 2018, the Citadel at 299 Davidson Street, we moved from there to, which was operating as the Sally Ann Country Boutique, and we moved to 342 Mountain Avenue and expanded the thrift store and the community services at that time. I can't believe that we actually do what we did in that little building. If you have ever been in that little building, that was a lot. And now stands Kinsman Court 2 in that spot, so made way for other things. We did a lot of community consultation over the past few years, and from those community consultations, we have made a community commitment. And our commitment is to provide individuals and families support through establishing, promoting, and supporting programming with a focus of food security and food literacy, strengthening families and supporting individuals holistically in achieving their personal goals while guided by the mission of the Salvation Army. And of course, the mission of the Salvation Army, it really is to share the love of Jesus Christ, meet human needs, and be a transforming influence in the communities of the world. Our operations are overseen by the Salvation Army Canada Bermuda Territory, and we are a part of the Prairie and Northern Territories Division, so that's kind of the sub-region. And here in Neepawa, we are also guided by a local community council. So I'm not just running the show. There's kind of three sides of our operations. We have the thrift store, we have community services, and then our ability as a community partner and resource hub. So our thrift store, what do we do? It really is our social enterprise for our operations. We sell secondhand items at an affordable price. All of our items are donated by the public. We take donations of shoes, clothing, household items, small furniture, books, small appliances, knickknacks, home decor, sporting equipment, you name it, probably, and a kitchen sink is probably in there as well. So, and we really establish prices based on our pricing policy. We compare with other local thrift stores in the area to make sure that we're kind of in line with what other people are charging. And then we also kind of take in account what we're pricing. So who's the manufacturer? Is it designer? Is it a higher end product? Is there collectability, or is it an antique? Those sorts of things. And we really kind of develop the price on that. So not every shirt is $3 or $4. It may vary depending on what brand or the quality of what that is that comes in. Sometimes we get brand new items with tags on it, so which is fantastic. So why do we do it? Well, really, the thrift store, it is 85% of our operating funds, and it really does fund us. All profits made at our local thrift store stay here in our community, and it goes right back into ensuring that we do our community services. Like I said, the other 15% of our operational funds is made up from donations from the public and fundraisers and grants. Usually and currently, the only grants that we're really receiving in support of operational funds are things like the Canada Summers Jobs Grant, where it's going directly to hiring somebody specific. Most of our other grants that you can find are really for specific projects or capital funds, of course. Of course, we currently have a grant application in to the town of Neepawa regarding the help to help fund the roof repair for our thrift store. I'm sure Mayor Headley can attest that the design flaw of that flat roof portion above the thrift store, that there's some issues there. And we currently experience major leaks on the sales floor when we see heavy rains. So that's the hope of the that we can tidy that up, that we won't see it raining when it's raining outside. Our little store is super busy, and it really is our major economic support for our operational budget. So its viability is really integral to the success of what we do here in the community. Ensuring that we have a clean, safe space to operate is truly an investment into the services that we provide to those in need of our community. Like I said, we are a very busy little thrift store. We employ 7 employees. And we have over 20 volunteers monthly that help us out, who put in probably about 250 hours over that month. And give or take, depends on how busy we are. Sometimes in summer it's a little less, but fairly consistently we have about 20 volunteers. We also average about 65 customers a day, and that is actual transactions. That's not foot traffic. So that's pretty decent for a small retail outlet here in our community. Over the month or over the week, we'll see about 443 customers a week, and it's a little bit more than just a thrift store. So like I said, we have that many transactions, but we see a lot of foot traffic. During we kind of act as a cooling and warming shelter a little bit. People in our community kind of pop in, see what's going on. We have a stocked coffee and snack station, and we also distribute excess food for all bins and fridge. So it really is a community hub more than just a thrift store. So our community services is really truly the heart of the operations. Our services are offered to residents of the town of Neepawa and the surrounding RMs, including Rosedale, Glenella, Lansdowne, North Cypress, Langford, Westlake, Gladstone, and McCurry. While we're mostly known for our year-round food bank and Christmas hamper programs, we offer many other services. such as food literacy programs, emergency aid, emergency disaster services, an open garden, a food rescue program, and we partner with a lot of other organizations to assist them with their programming. Those partners include everybody from settlement services, all of the school breakfast programs, congregate meals, our daycare, Arts Forward, Neepawa Eats Healthy, and even the Town of Neepawa Rec Department as well. So what's kind of next? So as you can see, we're really busy, and the need for our services, again, has kind of really outgrown the space that we have, and how we can provide those services in it. We're currently working on an expansion program that will see all of our community services be in their own dedicated space and not hidden in the thrift store. The food bank is in the back room off of the processing room, and you would never know if you walked into our thrift store that we have a food bank. So this really, and we really feel that once we do this, we probably will see another increase because of the visibility of services that are available within the community. So within this space, we're hoping, this is kind of what we're looking at, a welcoming reception area, a redesign of the food bank, still shopping model, but it's gonna kind of look like a mini grocery store. So gondola, shelving, glass front, freezer and cooler, so very easy shopping carts. There'll be floor scales so we can weigh in and weigh out. That's how we keep stats for Food Banks Canada, is we weigh how much food we give out and how much food we get in. We've got another dedicated space for warehousing and meeting and training space in the back, and a community kitchen. That space is the most exciting part, where we really feel that is really going to allow us to help clients really build capacity, help support them better. It can be a space where they can come and cook together, or learn new skills, or help us further process excess food that we have, and share it out to community. So we're really excited about that space and the opportunities that it will avail to us, for sure. So in all, the Salvation Army Neepawa Community Services is really a unique asset to the town of Neepawa and the surrounding areas. Many communities may have a food bank or a thrift store or both, but there are very few rural communities that have both of those entities functioning as a social services provider invested in community development. And that really is what we are. One of our strengths is that the support that we can draw from a vast experience and expertise from the Salvation Army, because it is one of Canada's largest nonprofit social services agencies. As we grow as a community, we are going to be facing bigger challenges when it comes to supporting our vulnerable people. And soon we're going to be talking about transitional housing and shelters and developing poverty reduction strategies for our community. And the continuing success and growth of what we are already doing is vital to the growth and success of our entire community. So I'd like to personally invite all members of council, if you ever have time, just to pop on by, see what we do. I'd love to give you a tour. And also just a request that maybe the next time that council is showcasing our community to ministers or other folks that we want to kind of brag about what we offer, please consider that we are a huge asset and a gem within the assets of our community, and we would be happy to showcase that part of the community and arrange a tour stop as well. So thank you very much for your time. If there's any questions, I'm glad to entertain them.
I will say I got a tour last weekend. It's mind-boggling to see everything and see how it all plays out. And yeah, it's well done, well done.
Thank you. Yeah, we do a lot more than just sell used clothes and just give out food. We really do connect people with other things. We do impact lives. So there's a lot more people that are struggling out there than what we think. And we see that on a daily basis, and we feel that we're providing a safe environment for that to happen.
So when will the next phase open?
We are still working on that. We are hoping that design and things like that will be finished soon. Oh my goodness. Slow is the progress of projects. And we're hoping like a June, July opening. That would be my best case scenario.
In council reports, Mayor Headley reports on a visit from Labour and Immigration Administrator Marcelino about new immigration strategies coming forward, and a meeting with the town of Carberry and the municipality of North Cypress Langford about their Health Action Committee and opportunities for the communities to work together. Councillor Sisley mentions 2 current projects of the town's recreation department, the upcoming Winter Festival on February 16th, the Sunday of the Louis Riel Day weekend, and a bingo contest for I Love to Read Month. Councillor Gerard reports that the County Courthouse Committee has met and are working on setting the new budget, but are also waiting on a review from the province to inform their direction going forward.
On January 23rd, we had the Midwestern District Mayors of Reeves meeting. So we had a number of the different areas come to Neepawa. We had a tremendous meeting. And then we had the Honorable Minister Marcelino, Minister of Immigration and Labor, joined us came to discuss some of the new immigration strategies that she's got coming forward. So that was very, very enjoyable day. A lot of good interest coming from the different RMs. January 29th, a number of us met with Carberry, North Cypress, Langford Health Action Committee, and so we went down and spent some time with the Carberry group. Again, very interesting, and certainly we shared a lot of different concerns that both communities have, and see an opportunity to work together in the future. And then just prior to this meeting, we had the open house for our phase 1 for Project 320 for our new housing development. And again, a lot of people here, a lot of interest tonight. So some really good meetings going on within our area. Other reports. Councillor Sisley.
So we have the Winter Festival, which is set for Sunday, February 16th at the Flats. It's going to kick off with some polar bear yoga at 1:30 p.m. and it will culminate with fireworks. I did want to say, as with any event, it can't function without volunteers. So if you're interested in helping out, please contact Cass at 476-7614. And if any of the council would like to come down and help out, I'm doing hot dogs at 6:30. So February is I Love to Read Month, and our rec director has created a bingo card that you can get online on the Facebook page, or you can come into the office and get a printed one. At the end of the month, you can bring in your bingo card and get it entered in for some prizes, and Cass has some really good prizes for that. Neepawa Economic Development, along with Westlake Employment Services and Neepawa Settlement, are hosting the job fair at the Neepawa Legion on February 27th from 3 to 6 p.m. There are already 12 businesses signed up, so make sure you have your resumes ready and head down to the Legion that day and hopefully meet your next employer.
What's that date?
February 27th from 3 to 6 p.m. Oh yes, you should register for that.
Yeah.
Councillor Pottinger and myself were able to attend the Neepawa Chambers AGM on January 27th. It was great to be there and celebrate a successful year with all our local businesses. And I just wanted to give a shout out to Kinley Thompson, who was named Business of the Year. They do a lot behind the scenes in our community. They do, I think it's about 20 nonprofits books at the end of the year. So we're very for free. So we're very, very fortunate to have a business like that in our community. So it was nice to see them get to celebrate them. So.
Councillor Durham.
Yes, on January 28th, the County Courthouse Committee met. We were in the process of setting our budget, and groups are working right now through that in very good amicable meetings with our partners. Right now, we are still in a process waiting for some review by the province and some conversations as to long-term funding and operating of the county courthouse and how that will shake out and be divided amongst the partners. But as of right now, we all work together very well, that we've got some equal funding that's going to continue on into the upcoming year. And I'm looking forward to seeing all that come forward. And I know one of the comments is that we're going to look for the councils to all submit a letter to the province to try to get them to expedite a decision on this because we started this back in June. So anyway, county courthouse continues to work through.
Yeah.
Manager of Operations Denise Kay's public works staff continue to be busy with snow removal. And as well, there are 3 job postings available in the department right now, in addition to seasonal staff. The bulk water station has been having some difficulties, and maintenance has brought it to an intermittently working status. Council passed a resolution to upgrade the current station, which should take place within the next few weeks.
Thank you, Mary. Unfortunately, things have been quiet, so I'm kind of excited about that. As mentioned last meeting, we had 3 job postings out right now. So we had a seasonal skill 3. A permanent skilled 3 out, a lead hand position, and a full work supervisor. So those closed on the 31st. So I'll be compiling those and going through and doing some interviews shortly. I believe we also posted our seasonal jobs. Yes, we did. So seasonal jobs are now posted. So anyone looking for some seasonal work this summer can submit a resume and fill out the application. And other than that, full work staff have been busy with snow and wastewater plants have been busy still with the functionality of the wastewater plant, still getting some hiccups, so still trying to sort all that stuff out there. But yeah, all staff have been keeping busy and chugging
The
on.
bulk water station, can I give an update on that?
Yes, so brought to our attention that the bulk water station, further item on the agenda, has been acting up on us. We brought a consultant, or one of the companies that installed it, to do maintenance on it, and they informed us it's been outdated since 2016, I think. So, been tried since then. They did a servicing on it, but now it seems to be infrequently working. So, it might work, might not. So, we brought up an agenda item to see if we want to proceed with updating that.
But if there's a fire, that's not where the fire trucks go though, right?
No, they fill up a hydrant.
Okay.
They've got their keys.
Okay. Any questions?
Just a question, some comments from the community, I guess soil moving right now from that road construction. People are curious, is all that going there? Where might we see other of that fill heading?
No, so that was an item that was discussed last meeting, approved. So Rental got the excavation work for that project. The fill we're relocating onto the former East Lodge Hill. Approximately 6,000 to 7,000 cubic meters of the 25,000.
Okay.
So the remaining balance of that will probably go over to the industrial park. We'll fill in and raise that one drain on the west side of Rocky Mountain between Kilowatt Construction's shop. We can do some raising there. We'll probably do a larger stockpiling of any clean topsoil we procure off the site. And again, store that and then look at dressing everything properly come spring once everything's sawed out. Yeah, so we reached out to the company that did our initial installation. They have an updated version, obviously, it's been in place since 2015. No plans to alter this one, so hopefully it stays up to date and current. So it's full crest systems. The quote value, I think because we're a return customer, we get a bit of a rebate on that program. We do have to replace all of our cards, our card reader, all that stuff, so we look at a program to either reimburse or transfer funds from all the cards that are currently out there from our clients. So we just have to bring it in, we can determine what value is on that card and transfer over to a new card for them. So I think we can make this pretty seamless. And speaking with salesmen today, I think they figured about a 2 to 3 week turnaround time between installation and replacement and everything. So because we already have a lot of equipment in there installed, so it's not as large of a task as it was initially with the first transfer.
Okay, any other questions?
So it's all electronic card now?
It always has been.
No coins? I thought there was coins.
No, we discontinued coins in 2012.
Okay. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I don't typically get water there, but definitely tried it a few times.
As somebody who's used the system at different times where we've lived and had to fill a cistern, I can only imagine how frustrating this would be to go, at 8 o'clock at night thinking you're going to fill your cistern, because I've actually gone with soap in my hair to have to fill. Probably not common, but I can imagine the frustration when you've got your card and you've got your tank and you can't put water in it. So this is important to some people.
Okay. Resolution, be it resolved that we approve the upgrade and replacement of the bulk water truck fill panel at the bulk water station for an amount of $21,560, including taxes from Flowcrest Equipment. Moved by Deputy Mayor Parrott, seconded by Councillor Sisley. All in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Finally, the town will be submitting an application to the Canada Housing Infrastructure Fund to assist with the cost of the new subdivision they are proposing. An open house was held earlier in the evening regarding the residential subdivision, which drew substantial interest from the community.
So those that were privileged to come for the open house are going to see what we're looking at for phase 1 development on 58 acres of land. So this is an actual grant that's available under the Canada Housing Infrastructure Fund, and we are going to submit an application. We're hoping that this is still a grant intake that will proceed. Should there be a federal election, we don't know those answers, but we're also not going to get approval if we don't get one in the queue. So we're taking a risk. We're going to take a chance that this program will continue, election or not, and get it in the queue, because we need a few dollars to get our new development underway. So we're asking for a resolution of support to make that application into this program.
Okay, any questions? Whereas the town of Neepawa recognizes the pressing need for affordable and diverse housing options to meet the growing demands of our community, and whereas the Canada Housing Infrastructure Fund grant program offers financial assistance to municipalities to address municipal infrastructure needs for housing development, therefore be it resolved that the town of Neepawa approve the submission of an application to the Canada Housing Infrastructure Fund grant program to secure funding for critical housing projects within our community. And be it further resolved that the Council for the town of Neepawa commits to allocating the necessary resources and support to ensure the successful implementation and completion of the proposed housing infrastructure project, understanding that if approved, the ability to participate in the Canada Housing Infrastructure Fund grant program requires a 50-50 cost share commitment. Okay, moved by Councillor Nadeau, seconded by Councillor Sisley. All in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Also covered were a new lease for the Neepawa Area Planning District and the regular financial report. You can view end-to-end coverage of the council meeting elsewhere in the NECTV schedule or on our YouTube channel. If you have any comments or questions about these items or topics about council and the municipal government process in general, please contact us at 204-476-2639 or by email at nectvnews@gmail.com. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you next time.